Hello.
Good afternoon.
Okay, we've learned one thing so far. Even when we're playing the intro video and we're off the stream, I can still hear things on your end.
Really? Okay.
So that means for every show that I do on here, I'll have to make sure to mute everybody. All right.
There's a listen off stage feeds. Maybe that had something to do with it. Option over on the left.
Okay, let's see if this works. Yep, there's Chris. Happy Sunday, Chris. All right, now to try to get this thing shared out, Facebook has done it again. They changed it. I can only share out to three at a time.
Okay. Trying to see where I can get on the comments.
I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. It's been, well, not all of a sudden. It's been doing that for a couple of weeks now.
I guess that's the private chat.
Okay, so it's been what, a month and a half since we've done a show.
It's been a while. Lots been going on over the past month and a half. Um, I've been very busy with a lot of different stuff going on. Um,
I remember one of those weekends that we were going to try to do it. You had an investigation.
yeah, we did that. That went pretty well.
I actually had an investigation myself. Went to Whispers Estate for the first time the week before Halloween. My third investigation of the year.
Well, I think you're one up on me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought I was doing bad.
Either one or we're even. I know we went to Adams County. I don't remember if it was last year or this year. When we did the Coatsworth thing with 2 nights. Um, yeah, I can't think of any other ones this year. It's a very busy time in our lives right now. With it's just
Well,
kids are all older and
this is my October calendar. Almost every day has got something on it. Uh, Luckily, it's settled down for November, but I've got a really busy week coming up here. It actually started today. Um, Took my dad and my daughter over to this lady that we've known for a long time. She has a haircutting place in her house. She has a three-car garage, and it's in two sections. No, she has a two-car garage. It's in two sections. Each have their own garage doors. So she took the far end and turned it into a barber shop.
okay.
So that's where I take Dad and Angelia to get their haircuts. Um, I literally just got here a half hour before the show started. Okay, so it's real nice to see comments coming in. We got Chris, and now we got Nigel showing up.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the only you have to do all that on your side. I can't.
Yeah. Oh, I did not even notice the private chat. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to comment on the comments, but apparently I can't do that.
Okay, so evidently you can have more than one conversation here.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those that are watching us right now, we're trying out a new program. It's called EV Mux. I actually tried this out a little over a month ago, and it was horrible. It would not connect to anything on Facebook. So left it, went to one stream, spent a month on one stream, and that one was horrible. It was just a downright mess. So the term was up yesterday, and I got signed up over here. Tried this again because Zach told me it's gotten a lot better. It's just the 1 week that we tried this program, it they just happen to have a lot of issues. Why did the logo all of a sudden blow up?
Hmm. Seems like you can interact with a lot more on there, a lot more options.
Yeah, it's like it just blew up all of a sudden. All right, so we're gonna try this out for a month, see how it works. So far, I'm seeing that it has it is on live on the Things Facebook page,
Okay.
which is number one importance to me. And now I'm going to check the Universal Wrestling Network page. That's on. I think we're doing good. Let's see here. Looking at the YouTube pages because we are live on four different YouTubes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, my personal YouTube, Universal Marks on Wrestling YouTube. Let's see. And the Things Network YouTube. Okay. So that is good.
So we're live on YouTube, live on Facebook.
What's that?
I said we're live on YouTube, live on Facebook. Where else?
On YouTube, live on Facebook. I'm going to check out LinkedIn. Yep. We're live there. And one final one, which is Twitch. And we're live there. All right, we are good to go. And it only took us 11 and a half minutes to get that all situated. Oh, I'm a pokey, aren't I?
You're a what?
I'm a pokey.
A pokey?
Slow poke.
Oh,
You never heard that before? Wow.
no, I wish I could do something with my camera thing here because I can look at you or look at the screen. Then I'm like looking at the camera over here. So it's like two different sections because I've got a separate camera for
See, my
everyone.
camera's right here and my monitor's right here. So it's just boom, boom.
I'm floating around. Look at that.
Although I do have to admit that the way that this setup is, I am so used to the everybody being here and all the comments and everything here, but now it's switched. So I'll have to
I
get
can,
used to
I can
that.
get used to that. Let's see if I can move this right here.
Okay, so let's get going. So the title of the show is basically catching up. Since we've done our last show, there have been two WWE pay per views: Halloween Havoc for NXT and Crown Jewel. Uh, and Donald gets a message.
I barely heard
You must have your phone right by the camera because it picks up that high pitched ding.
it. Actually, it's like my phone's right here, but it's like way over
Okay,
here. So anyway,
I have my phone down here, but I have gotten into the habit of turning all my sounds down um, because with me being so busy, I don't want that constant dinging. And now I put it down, I forget about it, and I'll look at it several hours later, and oh shit, I got 20 messages here. Um,
yeah,
so
I've got.
how have things
I'll
been?
turn mine down just a second.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's down a little bit. So
yeah. How have things been for you, Don?
busy as always. Just had a lot going on over the past month and eight. It just my life is busy right now. It's been that way for quite a while. I don't see it changing anytime soon. Kids are a lot older, so there's a lot more stuff going on. So work's been hectic because we've been short. Um, just a lot of stuff going on in my life. So
And it's only
it
going
is
to
what
be
it
busier
is.
with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming around.
Yeah, we've got. Yeah, I got to work Christmas.
Oh,
I got to
love.
work Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Well, you get paid double time for that, right?
Yeah,
So that at least you got that.
yeah. I got to spend it at home though. But Thanksgiving not too big a deal. Christmas, we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do with Christmas this year. When we're going to do it Christmas, if we're going to do Christmas Eve or
Yeah.
Christmas Day.
Hello, Mary. Can you see the comments, Donald?
I can see the comments. I can't comment, but I can see the comments.
Okay, good, good. Because that was a problem that I did not like on one stream. That only the host could see the comments, the guests could not. That was not going to work out very well.
So, like Jeremy said, it's been a while since we've been on. We've had a couple different pay per views that have came on. Um, I did watch Crown Jewel. I did not get to see the first match. I'm thinking I was at work that day when that came on.
Let's see the first. And that was the exciting match, Bloodline versus
No,
Bloodline.
I have yet to go back and watch that. Um, the rest of the that was that how Yeah, that was that one. I'm thinking. I got something else in my mind. Uh, Pay per view itself was pretty decent. Um, the Cody Rhodes and Gunther match went the way I thought it would, as far as the end result. The whole crown jewel thing, I kind of get it on the title stuff. You know that big, huge, gaudy belt they got. Um, and
Yeah,
then
it's not a very good looking title.
no, and then the fact that they're basically, I understand, you know, they're keeping it there in Saudi, um, which makes sense. That way you ain't got to carry two of them around. Um,
Yeah, they don't get to take the belts with them, but at least they get a big ring.
get the ring. Yeah,
Yeah, and that is a big ass ring. Did you see the post show?
yeah, yeah. Post show was pretty good. It was a big event as far as the after show
Yeah,
compared to other stuff. So, which they got a lot of money to spend over there.
yeah. This was their 12th event over there in Saudi Arabia. Let's see. I think it was their 12th event. So they have a 10-year partnership, means 20 shows. So that means we have 4 more years of them going over there if they don't extend it,
Hmm.
or if they are not going to honor the dates that were missed during the time of COVID when they didn't go over there.
Right.
So we may end up with only 18, but I'm going to guess they're going to probably
Hey,
do
Carl.
just 10 years, 20 events.
Hey, I'm not sure how this whole platform thing works on the cross-platform stuff, but you that are tuning in, can you kind of tell us where you're tuning in from? I don't know if it's coming across
Oh, hello, Carl.
if it's coming across Facebook is where we're getting comments, or we're getting comments off of YouTube, or we're getting it off of.
Uh, it, if it's Carl, he's most likely on the Things Network page.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
just kind of I'm just kind of curious where our comments are going to be coming through.
Okay, now if I display them, it will show where they're from.
Okay, I see that. I see that now.
Okay.
Is that a Missouri? That's Twitch. All right, cool.
Yeah, Carl is the Things representative for the state of Missouri. Okay, uh, so on the comments thing here, it won't show us where they're coming from unless I highlight them.
Gotcha.
Okay. So that's another thing to learn. Okay, so since you didn't get to see the first match, um, to me, it was. I think it was probably the best match of the night. Cody and Gunther was right up there too. But when you look at the talent that you have between the old bloodline and the new bloodline, you are looking at six phenomenal athletes. Um, and Jacob Fatu is probably the best one out of the six because of what he can do. Um, Especially when he starts doing that springboard on the ropes and then doing the backflip off of that. I don't know of anybody else who does it that way. Just doing a moonsault off the top rope is risky enough, but the way that Jacob does it makes it even riskier. Um, then, of course, with Tamatanga, the way that he does that with everybody, holy cow! The crowd goes wild when he does that. Um, but yeah, to me, the Bloodline versus Bloodline was probably match of the night. Cody got through a very close second, and it was kind of surprising seeing the way that it all went down. Solo Sequoia got the win. He pinned Roman Reigns, so that made him the third person since 2019 to pin Roman. Jay was the first one, then Cody, and now Solo.
Hmm.
Um, and now that they're leading into Survivor Series with the War Games, it was being said on SmackDown that it was going to be 5-on-5 with Sami Zayn joining Solo. But Sami said no. Uh,
Right.
he joined Roman, and we all thought it was going to be 4-on-4. And now Monday Night Raw comes around, it's going to be 5-on-5. And I'm thinking, okay, how are they going to bring in two new Samoans with this little time that we got left?
They're going to be surprised. I guarantee you they're going to be surprise entrance. We ain't going to know until the day of.
Well, no, it's already been confirmed. Bronson Reed has joined Solo.
Okay.
He just joined him on Friday night.
So who are the five?
So it'll be Solo, Jacob, Tama, Tonga, and Bronson. And right now, as it stands, the other side is Roman, Jay, Jimmy, and Sammy, with Sammy and Jimmy going around trying to find somebody who will join them, be their fifth. A lot of people have turned him down. Seth Rollins turned him down. Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker turned him down. LA Knight turned him down. But here's the thing: they did a pre-record on Monday night. I guess I guess they're doing it for next week or
Hmm.
tomorrow, which wouldn't make any sense because Thanksgiving is the following week. So I don't know why they would be doing a pre-record this week for this week. Um, but apparently, in one of the reports, Solo went and interfered in a Seth Rollins match. So it looks like that they are building to where Seth Rollins is going to be the fifth man for Roman, even though he wants nothing to do with Roman.
Right. So I wonder how Rock's going to fit into all this.
Bronson is actually Samoan. He's not necessarily family to them, but he is Samoan, so he does share um, heritage, I guess. So even though he was born in New Zealand, he is of Samoan descent, and it's just like Nia Jax. She was born in New Zealand, um, but she is blood related to to all these guys, though.
Okay.
Uh, Bronson, far as I know, is not blood related. Um, I will double check. Oh, no, 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 no. He was born in South Australia, not New Zealand. He was born in South Australia. But there is no report of him being related to them. He is not connected to the honorary family. Um, his real name is Jermaine Haley. So yeah, but I'm excited about that. Oh, and on Friday night, after Bronson revealed he's with the Bloodline now, Sammy, Jimmy, Jay were all telling Roman it's time to make that call. It's time to make that call. So at the end of SmackDown, he makes a phone call and says, "Dial the wise man." As soon as he said that, the entire crowd went nuts.
So I feel that he's going to show up at Survivor Series. I don't think he'll make an appearance until unless he does something towards the end of the show right before. But to me, I would save it for Survivor Series.
I don't know what it was. Is that when he got the thing, your call cannot be completed as dialed, meaning his phone is no longer in service, and somebody made a post that when Solo turned on Paul, he destroyed his phone that night. I have to go back and look to see if they did or not.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a that's a weird storyline thing. Uh,
But it's also one of those things where they're just putting in little details to see if fans catch on to that or not.
right, well, there's no doubt that they're going to wait for Paul Heyman to get back.
Yeah.
Um, I would save him showing back up for Survivor Series. Bloodline comes out and he's the last one that pops out.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool if he did.
Because you'll get that big pop for him
Oh yeah.
showing back up.
It's it's funny how Paul and Roman literally did nothing, but overnight they went from heel to insane babyface.
Hmm.
It's just crazy how that worked out. It's
It's
almost like back during the time of Hogan and Piper, because Piper made the comment at Halloween Havoc '98 that if these people did not hate me so much, do you think they would have loved you so much? And I think that's what they're doing in this case. People hate Solo so much that they have gravitated to Roman and Paul.
right. You're always going to have that heel babyface thing. Always. You got to have the good and the bad of either side. Now, in professional wrestling, um, you're going to have a mixture of people that are supposed to be heel, you're still going to have fan favorites on the heel side. That's just the way it is. Even though you're supposed to be the heel, you're still getting that following of fans that like you.
Hmm.
And that's not what you had in the 80s type wrestling. It was either, everybody hated the heel, everybody liked the babyface. Now, there was a point in time when I remember me and a buddy of mine we used to watch wrestling all the time and we'd go to little stuff. But it got to a point in time where we're looking at Hogan and we're like, especially with uh, Warrior and stuff leading up to the Warrior, the match was like, oh my God, just I hate Hogan. I wish he'd lose the belt, give it to somebody else. I hate seeing him win because it's the same routine every single time, same ending every single time. It got to the point where it's like, oh my God, I hope he loses.
Time. Hogan's run in the 80s and going into the 90s is, not dissimilar from the run that Bob Backlund had and Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah, but just got tired of seeing the same. At least I did, and I think a lot of other people were tired of seeing Hogan with the belt every single time.
By,
Especially its routine of the ending.
by the time I got into wrestling, Hogan had already lost the belt um, after the thing with Undertaker. So when I became a fan of the WWF, the title was vacant and was going to be decided at the Rumble of '92, which is still regarded as the well, no, a lot of people regard 90 01 Rumble as the best. I don't like that Rumble at all. But to me, the '92 Rumble is probably the best, with the '91 Rumble right there behind it.
What was significant about '92?
What's that?
What was significant about the '92 Rumble?
That was the one that Ric Flair won the title.
Okay,
He came in at number 3 and went all the way to the end.
okay. See, that was that point in time where I had got away from wrestling.
Okay. You
So
got
it's
away
like,
from me and I came right in. I basically took your spot.
yeah, it's like I got the early on, then I quit, and then you come in.
Mhm.
Then I think you said sometime you left, and then I came back in, and it's like,
I stopped watching wrestling about '02, I think. That was when they were getting really, really ridiculous with what they were doing. And I didn't come back until '08. And then over the next, I think, 3 or 4 years, I just slowly got back into it until I became full blown fan again.
yeah, I got out of it back when they started doing Doink the Clown and IRS and all that stuff, and I was like, this is getting ridiculous. You got clowns in the ring, and I was like, and I think that's when In Your House was a big show.
In
Um,
House started in '95.
so that'd be somewhere around that era when I was out of it, and then I didn't get back into it until right before Stone Cold was going to fight Shawn Michaels.
Okay, so that would have been
With
90.
Tyson there.
Had the Montreal screw job already happened?
Yes.
Okay. So you got back in right at going into '98.
Yeah, I missed all that Montreal stuff with Hart and all that stuff. I didn't even watch any of the Hart, championship stuff.
Okay. To me, that was my favorite time. Bret Hart was my all time favorite. Okay, so back to Crown Jewel. So So you said you missed out on the first match. So that means the first match that you got to see was the Fatal Four Way with the ladies, um, the tag team championship. Which
Yeah, I kind of knew how that was going to go.
I was fully expecting somebody else to win the title, much like what happened before. Get the titles off of Bianca and Jade without either one of them taking the pinfall. Um, I was expecting Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson to win the championship because you had somebody from each brand. You had the champions, then you had a team from Raw, a team from SmackDown, and a team from NXT. I was expecting the NXT to come in because that would be a big that would be a big deal for them. Somebody from NXT coming in while still NXT roster, but winning the WWE Women's Championship. Um, so I was actually surprised to see Bianca and Jade retaining the titles.
Trying to remember what all happened in that match.
I remember they had some high spots. Um,
Remember Jade and Lash Legend uh, getting in the ring together and something happened.
oh yeah, the two
A little
powerhouses.
bit, we exchanged a little bit, but then it kind of went away. I'm still waiting on that time when I'm looking at Bianca and Jade clashing at some point in time. I just don't know how they're going to do it.
People are expecting that to happen at WrestleMania next year, and there's still plenty of time for that to happen too. But first, they got to get the titles
Yeah.
off.
Well, too, and Jade's in ring performance may have extended that issue a while. 'Cause she's gotten better over the past few months. Um,
He has.
so maybe they're trying to get her skills up well enough to be able to have a good singles performance. With Bianca.
They have been working with her and training with her for several months before she even started at the Rumble. Um, but ever since then, she hasn't had very many singles matches. It's
Right.
all been mainly tag matches, except for when she's doing tournaments like Queen of the Ring tournaments, which I was surprised to see her lose in the opening round. I was really surprised by that because the way that they had the bracket in, I was thinking, oh, we're probably going to see Jade and Bianca in like the semifinals, and they go at it there. That's going to be the start of the breakdown where we're going to see them go at it at WrestleMania finally, but that didn't happen.
No.
Uh, there is Jade and Bianca did do the old Doomsday device to win the match that
Mhm.
LLD is famous for, and they did it on Piper Nevin.
Yeah, because she landed on Chelsea Green, I do remember Piper landing on Chelsea Green, and that's when they got at the end. They took out Piper Niven.
Uh, you know, Chelsea Green. I wonder if I should feel bad for her because of all of this stuff that's happening. Because Piper has landed on her many times throughout their partnership. Um, and I remember reading an interview that she had. Um, a lot of fans are angry that she has very, very short matches, squash matches basically.
Hmm.
She gets pinned really quick. And Chelsea is saying that she's enjoying that because she's making moments and making memorable moments for the fans, which it's working. But at the same time, she's not really getting a whole lot of opportunities to show what she can really do.
Right, she's just there.
Yeah,
She's like an extra.
right. Um, Now, with that said, she did have a lengthy run there in the Rumble, which everybody was expecting her to get tossed out 10 seconds in, and she ended up lasting, I think, 15 minutes. And now, so far, she has been a tag team champion. Let's see here. Okay, two-time tag team champion. Uh, oh, and she just got herself a green card back in January.
Green got a green card.
Chelsea Green, yeah. Okay, she's originally from British Columbia. She's only 33 years old.
Really?
Yeah, so she's still got a lot of years ahead of her. Um, but yeah, I was surprised that Bianca and Jade kept the titles. I was really hoping for Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson to win it because that would really rise their stock, and by association, that would rise the entire NXT stock because now you got those that are still technically in development winning a main roster title, which let's see, which I don't think has ever actually happened. Um, Let me check. Yeah, I don't think that's ever actually happened. I think that every time somebody has won those titles has been after they came to the main roster. So the next match um, was the only one-on-one actual one-on-one match. No stipulation, no nothing. Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed, and those two just tore into each other.
Uh, bring it up here.
Bronson was bleeding by the end of the match.
I do remember seeing that, and I was looking back and seeing how that transpired.
I think it happened when his head hit the ring steps.
That was inside the ring, wasn't it? Right.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the blood coming out of his eye, or out of close to the side of his eye, or right above his eyebrow, or something. Um, After that big hit that he took.
Yeah, Rollins did the stomp on Reed on the steps, and then he hit him with another stomp from the top rope, and that's when he got the win. But it was very clear that the rivalry is not over.
Now, well, and that would make sense going into going to Survivor Series.
Yes.
Them two are going to be in there. Um, so that just makes it fit all the more. I wish they'd do like they did years ago, and the whole Survivor Series was nothing but you know
The
Survivor
actual
Series match.
elimination matches,
Hmm.
I do miss those. But for whatever reason, they decided to stop. They almost discontinued Survivor Series, the whole brand, years ago, and the fans wrote in and said, "No, no, keep it, keep it. We enjoy Survivor Series." It it makes me wonder why they would ever consider not doing Survivor Series anymore because of the history behind it. Because that has been our November event, well, for almost 40 years now.
Hmm.
But it seems like that they're getting tired of doing the elimination matches, or they don't feel like there's a payoff to it anymore. Which, no, I don't think you have to have a payoff every time. But it's just one of those matches that I personally enjoy. And and the problem with the War Games match is now that they have taken the lid off of it, they are just asking for trouble. They are asking for somebody to get hurt. Is remember that one year Io Sky jumped off the top of it while she was inside of a trash can.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah. One I couldn't do it. No. I could not do that. But, you know, it's what they're giving us. Two War Games match, which I get the appeal of the War Games match. I get it. It was a WCW thing. It was unique. It was innovative. I enjoyed it when they did it, but I also enjoyed it when they actually had the lid that just added to that extra element. Taking off the top of it, it's
Now
it's
you're just in a big cage.
yeah, it's not
Mhm.
a real cage.
Right. You're in a big dog kennel.
What?
I said you're in a big dog kennel.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Now, I was looking at, I'm trying to think of where it was. They were looking at a Hell in a Cell match not long ago, and one of my kids was asking something about it. I said, "God, look at that cage." It's like, yeah, that's like the original Hell in a Cell cage was not very sound. It was like a big dog kennel pieces put together, chain link fence put together. I said, now it's like, it's a massive welded together structure. You
Yeah.
know,
It's a lot higher now than the one they did when they started out with.
yeah, it's a lot safer as far as if you're getting on top of it and stuff.
Well, I guess that would depend on who you're
They
at.
learned. I guess they learned their lesson with the Mick Foley thing.
Oh man, with Mick,
Yeah,
how he survived that match, I have no idea.
that's a rough match.
Well, they've all said that that when he fell through the ceiling of the cell, had it not been for that chair, he probably would have died upon landing.
Yeah, he had like a split second of a turn his body a certain way to land how he landed, so he wouldn't just a fraction of a turn he would have been paralyzed or dead.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to fall through at that time.
No,
Not according to what Taker says.
well, I saw an interview with him and Mick, and they were watching the match themselves together and commenting on it, and it was like,
I
then
remember.
when we were up there, and we're sitting there moving around, and all of a sudden we hear, pew, it's like
Zip ties.
zip ties are breaking off. Who thought that was a good idea? Oh
That's
yeah,
what I
we
was
put
going to
some
say.
zip ties on
Who
it.
thought that zip ties should be able to hold 500, 600 pounds?
Yeah, of course. Now them putting it together, they probably didn't realize, hey, these guys are going to start off up there. Yeah,
No, they were planning on starting up there because Mick wanted to be thrown off the top of that within the first couple minutes of the match.
well, that happened.
Yeah, Taker did not want to do it at all, but Mick kept saying, throw me off." And, fine, okay, here we go. Um, what I find funny is he's standing there on the cage and looking down at Mick. He doesn't even realize that they lifted the cage up with him on it.
Hmm.
He did not realize they had done that.
Yeah, he's just still standing up there, just hanging out.
Yeah. Well, he's up there and he's got, come on, Mick, move, show me you're still alive. Man, those late '90s matches, they got rough.
Oh yeah, they did the barbed wire, they did the flame match. Uh, they, I think Kane and Undertaker had a match where one had to set the other on fire.
Yep, the Inferno match.
Yeah, I mean it's just a bunch of crazy matches.
Yeah,
But
I actually had that pay per view with that match on it. Remember when I told you I took advantage of that big deal that one of our video stores,
hmm,
one of those pay per views that I got had that match on it.
that's cool. I've got a couple WrestleManias that are still in plastic.
Really,
Yeah.
VHS.
No, they're DVD.
Oh, I was going to say if they were in VHS, that could probably be worth some money right now.
I had a WrestleMania board game, VCR board game, years ago.
Really,
Yeah,
I
had a
didn't even know
VHS
one existed.
tape. Huh?
I didn't know one existed.
Yeah.
WrestleMania board game.
It's a VHS type game. Had a bunch of cards with it, and I don't even know where that thing's at anymore.
The VCR WrestleMania game.
Mm-hmm. Has Hogan and Andre on the cover.
Yep, that's the one I. And somebody is selling it on eBay for $15.
Yeah, that's why I haven't really looked it up a whole lot. It's like I saw it on eBay. I was like, I think that thing's worth some money now. Saw it on eBay. It's like, oh, it ain't worth nothing. I guess if there was one still wrapped up in plastic and all, it probably worth something.
Okay, there's another person that's selling it for $13 on eBay.
I'll
Wow.
pass. It wasn't that great of a deal. Now there's single cards that are included, and it's got all a bunch of wrestlers cards and stuff on it, and then you got move sets and stuff like that.
I am half tempted to get this right now. $12.99 or best offer, but $16.20 for shipping. And it's coming from California.
That's why.
Yeah.
Don't do an impulse thing. Look into it a little bit. You'll find one that's cheaper.
Well, there's another board game that I'm looking up here. WWE Legends Royal Rumble card game. Selling it for $14.22. Shipping is $10.20 out of Buffalo, New York. I wonder if they have the old Batman game that I used to play when I was a kid.
Like Nintendo or
No,
board game?
Batman board game.
Really?
Yeah, let's see.
Our topic has went way off.
Okay, here we are, a wrestling podcast, and we're looking at board games.
Yeah. What was that? Somebody sent a message somewhere.
Yeah, that was to me. Kate was letting me know Nick is doing better. Seemed to be in a much better place, she said.
I actually called him yesterday. Talked to him for a few minutes.
Yeah. I haven't called him because I know that if you got stuff going on with your head, you don't really want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know that from experience, but I have been texting him, checking up on him. I was telling her last night that I had been thinking about trying to go up there myself and seeing him, but the thing is, like I said, I got something going on all this next week, including yeah. So the first opportunity that I would even have to try to go up there wouldn't be until Saturday. But Kate went and picked up Don Elmy, and they went to go pick him up. Went to go see him.
That's him. He's beating the crap out of that keyboard.
So, okay, let's get back to. Oh, hello, Catherine. So let's get back to Crown Jewel. The next match is for that first Crown Jewel championship, which is a terrible belt. Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax.
Things of
And
Alabama. What's up? Not too far from me.
yep, Things of Alabama. She is our Things representative for that state, which ironically, the novel I'm working on now, Catherine, is partly based in Mobile, Alabama. Or at least the story started there. We're going to find out that the bulk of it actually happens in Florida. So, Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. If there wasn't a more mismatched combination there, um, I thought for sure Nia Jax would win this match because she has Tiffany and Liv has Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
But I was fully expecting Nia to win this one because she has been on a run. She won Queen of the Ring. She got the WWE Women's Championship. She has been on quite the run, but so has Liv.
Yes, I didn't really know exactly how they were gonna pull off a win with her, but I'm with you. I kind of saw Nia Jax winning that, and I saw Cody winning, his match. So
Oh yeah,
you
no,
have a heel and a babyface win. Um, so I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking long term on that is if or is that's just more padding to put on Liv Morgan of accomplishments and all that.
I don't know. But Liv has worked very hard to get where she's at.
Yeah, and that may be part of it also.
Yeah,
Um, she's really put in the effort and the time. Um,
yeah, because 2 years
that's more or less a
I thought
reward.
that Liv would be doing what she's doing now. Um, but Naya, on the other hand, she was released, and she has this reputation of not being safe and all of that. She's intentionally hurting, well, intentionally or not.
Not intentionally.
Yeah,
Yeah, just kind of sloppy.
she's hurting her opponents, and at the same time, when you really think about it, Nia Jax is the reason that Becky Lynch became the man with that whole busted nose thing. That was the true birth of Becky Lynch becoming who she was, even though it was after her turning on Charlotte and fans rallied behind her, even though she was supposed to turn heel. That punch from Nia to her nose in that bloody nose, that was the true birth of the man. Um, but Nia, it seems she has gotten in better shape than she was before.
See how long that match was. Yeah, it was 8 minutes.
Yeah, it was only 8 minutes.
It was the shortest match of the night.
Hmm. Not by much. Um, however, when she does her Annihilator, she's really landing on them.
Yeah, I don't know how they're not getting hurt with that.
It's the equivalent of how it was with Yokozuna when he did the same move.
Yeah,
Now, granted, Naya's not 600 pounds, but still.
right.
Um, but I was actually thinking Naya would be the one to win it. But to see Liv Morgan win it, I was happy with that.
Yeah, I didn't see. I didn't have a. I mean, I like Morgan. Looking at the Tiffany came out, money back briefcase in front of her.
Okay.
Raquel Rodriguez stopped in. Dirty Dom also appearing.
Oh, I still can't get over Dominic and that short cage. How he came out of that and he was just hanging there by that chain. I That took some guts.
Yeah. Well, I see where the Rodriguez and Dominic got involved in it. And, yeah. Now, you got the match after that, which is not technically a match because it never got started. Was Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
I was looking forward to that one.
That one was just a good lord. That was chaos. That
It
was
was.
chaos. I
And
saw.
it's a total Kevin Owens thing to do too.
Yeah. It just builds up. Now, do they have anything going on at Survivor Series? And I saw something. I don't know if it was true or not about Orton being injured, really, and all that. I don't know if that was a play.
They're saying that Orton is injured because of the pile driver, which no, that's not really it. Um, I am wondering if maybe he did have some kind of injury, and that's why they did that fight at Crown Jewel the way that they did, so that there's not an actual match, and then this.
Right.
I wonder if maybe he does have some kind of injury that happened before Crown Jewel.
Right. Could have.
Uh, Nothing has happened, but with them, the way that they are blurring those lines between everything, it's to that point now where it's nice. It's actually kind of nice to not really know, so they can surprise you now.
Yeah.
Um, but right now, Kevin Owens, they're looking at doing Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. I heard that is going to take place at Saturday night's main event.
I had heard they're trying to bring Saturday Night's main event back.
But right now, I don't see a reason why it shouldn't happen at Survivor Series. Neither one of them has a match. Cody Rhodes is definitely not going to be in the Bloodlines thing. Shouldn't be anyway. So I wouldn't mind seeing Cody versus Kevin again at Survivor Series. This time with Kevin as the full blown heel and not being conflicted about doing certain things. This time, if he wants to take the title, he's going to do whatever it takes to get it. That's that's my guess. Which, speaking of which, um, Gunther is defending the world heavyweight title against Damian Priest at Survivor Series. So,
I don't see Damien getting it again.
probably not from Gunther. No.
I think they're going to run Gunther for a little while longer. And
Yes.
I wonder what opponent he's going to have for WrestleMania, because that's where I'm looking at him defending at WrestleMania, and he's going to wind up winning. I don't see him losing the title anytime soon. I think they're going to make a big run with him.
Right now, it's going to depend on who wins the Rumble this year. And we will know what our main events for WrestleMania will be. So, if it's anybody other than Roman Reigns or The Rock, that
Has
would be going after Gunther.
has Logan Paul fought Gunther?
No, he has. He has not.
That would be a good one.
Can you imagine all them chops on Logan? And why not put Logan Paul against one of the most dangerous men in wrestling when Jake Paul was, yeah,
Yeah, that Tyson fight was, yeah, it was garbage. I was looking forward to it. It was garbage.
I honestly had no interest in that match. I did see some of the training videos that Mike Tyson had did.
That was the best.
Yeah. And I thought, oh, wow, he is going to lay out Jake Paul.
I think they had a. I think they got together and worked the thing out where neither one of us going to get knocked out. Let's get in there and just box around a little bit, make our money, and go home.
Yeah. $60 million between those two that they were getting.
40 for the winner, 20 for the loser.
Yeah. Oh, I heard it was already decided that Jake was getting 40 and Mike was getting 20.
I wouldn't doubt it.
That's what I heard.
It was so many. Now the best match tonight was the two women fighters. Man, they were going at it.
I heard Katie Taylor. I hear that name come up a lot. But what I heard more than anything else, or actually the only thing I heard, was how bad the streaming service was.
It kept freezing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and that's all I saw on my news feed.
Oh, it was that, and then the whole. I got a few memes with Mike Tyson showing his butt walking away off the
Yeah,
screen.
I saw that too. Somebody called him the new Rikishi. Yeah, I saw that too. At first, I thought it was fake. I thought
Oh
somebody
no!
just made that up and put it on there.
Oh no! It was real. I was watching it live when he was being interviewed by his son, and it was a very short interview because it's going to be something like Annihilation or something.
Yeah,
And he like gave him a kiss, said he loved him, and walked off. And the camera's watching, Mike walk off, and all you see is his butt in a G-string type thing, and then the camera like zoomed in and went up and in at the same time. So they
that was
take
when I knew it was real when somebody actually showed the video because I just saw the pictures and I thought, yeah, somebody made that up and moved on. And then somebody posted a video and I was like, oh, that was real.
Yeah, I mean, we were sitting there watching, and we just started laughing. It's like, God, I hope he ain't wearing that to the ring. I think now he's got his cup on or something. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. But somebody was asking me, not asking me, but somebody was posting, okay, who do you think's going to win this fight? And I thought, I can't resist. I said, it doesn't matter who wins the fight. They both have already won. And the guy was like, what do you mean? Look at the money they're making.
Hmm.
$60 million between the two of them.
I'd get in there for less than that. I'd get in there for 2 million. I'll dive. I'll take a dive real quick for 2 million.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden I start hearing, well, that was a waste of a fight or something like that. And okay, something must not have gone right.
Oh, it was horrible. It was a horrible match.
Yeah. And it was forever before I even heard who actually won. They just complained about the fight without saying who won.
It wasn't no fight. It was them dancing around, swinging at each other for a little while.
Yeah. No, it's not like the fight really meant anything.
No.
But either way, the real loser of this thing, no matter which way it went, was going to be Jake Paul. Because if he had won, oh, well, you beat an old man. Or if he had lost, you got beat by an old man. So it,
Yeah.
it was a no-win situation for him. Um, anyway,
And I will say this. And I will say this. Lose lose. I just made $40 million.
yeah,
What do I care? I made $40 million.
I don't have to work again ever for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But you know he still will. He'll still get in there.
No, it's like
He'll still
you,
box.
you know, with me, it's like if I was fortunate enough to make like pros NFL or something like that, where you get this big contract to play a few years, like I'd make my millions and I'd go home. Yeah,
Let's see, Jake Paul. He's only 27 years old.
yeah. I'd retire and enjoy my life.
Yeah, he's only 27 years old. Um, I heard that. And here we go, folks. The quiet moment. Um, Another thing about Jake Paul, if it's him actually, maybe it might be Logan Paul. Uh, but I read about one of those two getting in the boxing ring with Floyd May, Floyd Mayweather, and that he almost became the only one who ever beat Floyd. I need to double check and uh, oh, that was Logan. Okay, professional boxing record. Okay, so Floyd Mayweather Jr. undefeated in boxing, 50 fights, 50 wins from the time he was 19 years old. Let's see, his last fight is at 47 years old. So he has had a total of 58 fights, 53 wins, one no contest, which is against John Gotti III, as in related to the John Gotti.
Not sure. I got about another 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, no, that's fine because I need to get to work. I haven't started writing today. I've been busy today. I was just talking about Floyd Mayweather's record, and people were saying that Logan Paul was the closest into actually beating Floyd Mayweather.
And that's sad. I don't like Mayweather. He's just very egotistical. Uh, I don't do well with people with big egos.
See, I really know nothing about these fighters, but boxing doesn't really interest me.
No.
Okay, the next match was LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes.
That
Pretty,
was that was a good match back and forth.
yes, it was.
That was a good
Uh,
match back.
I was really glad to see Carmelo Hayes, this high up on the card so soon after moving on to the main roster. And at the same time, I'm glad to see Andrade being featured so heavily too.
That was
Uh,
a good solid match all the way around. They had a lot of good stuff happen in that match.
and a really good finish too.
Yeah,
The double BFT.
that was wild.
I see LA holding on to the title for a good while. Um, it took him so long to get to this level, and I think they realize it, and it's time. Hey, he needs his run, and uh, let's see how long has he had the title here. He's now at 106 days. So he's on his way. Nowhere near the top as far as length as it stands right now. He stands 54th in number of days of holding on to the title. But this is including the NWA and WCW. Have a good night, Nigel. Um, he's currently tied right now with Roman Reigns as far as how many days they've held on to the title. And he has 2 more weeks to go before he can pass Lance Storm and Callisto.
That's a name I ain't heard in a while.
So yeah, I'm glad to see LA Knight winning the title. I was hoping he would hold on to it. I hope that he'll be holding on to it for a good while. And if he does hold on to this, I don't know if that means he'll be in the Rumble match in February or not. I would like to see him in the Rumble match. So far, he has wrestled at the Royal Rumble twice, and both times he was in an actual match. First time against Bray Wyatt, the second time in that Fatal 4-Way for the heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm.
So
If he loses it before then, I see him being in the Rumble. If not, I look at him as a single match. But it really depends on what direction they go with it. I don't want any kind of nonsense where they're combining titles anymore. You know,
For a
I don't.
second, for a second there was a rumor where they was going to take the um, Gunther's world heavyweight title and unify it with Cody's undisputed title. Not, no, you do not want to do that
No,
unless you
leave
really
them alone.
want one champion.
Yeah, leave everything separate.
Yeah. Now I can see where if they want to do one world champion over the entire company, and then for each brand you have your secondary champion, the United States champion and the Intercontinental champion. I can see I can see that one being done and think that is completely justified. You got your two secondary champions as the leaders of the brands, their respective brands, and then you have that one guy over everybody.
Well, then you'd have to worry about your champion's going to have to be on both shows. So that means you're going to be traveling a lot more, depending on your storyline at the time.
Despite their brand expansion and drafting and all of that, there's still a lot of people that are going back and forth between both shows. So they have diluted it to the point where the draft almost doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah, like I said, I've said this before, and I wish they would have kept it WCW and WWF back years ago. You could have done so much with it. You basically just dissolved WCW and just had two WWE WWF shows.
They might have done that, but the problem was that the Time Warner did not want them on their channels. So already they had lost the time slots for Monday Nitro and Thunder.
Well, that's fine. I mean, Vince could have kept everything completely separate. Two different shows. You could have crossovers back and forth. Um,
Like what Tony Khan's doing right now with AEW and Ring of Honor.
yeah, yeah, you could have done something like that and just kept it separate for a little while, at least. A year or two. Give us fans, those dream matches that we were looking for
Yeah.
years.
Well, we did get some dream matches once they started bringing in the WCW guys over.
But
Okay, last match, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. I knew going into this thing that Cody was going to win this thing because there is no way they were going to let their golden goose right now lose under any circumstances. Not in a singles match.
no, I just didn't know exactly how they were going to go about it. Was there going to be interference that caused Gunther to lose? And but at any rate, the match itself was really good.
Yes, it
Um,
was.
they he kind of congratulated him towards the end of it. At the end of it, and
That I was surprised by.
I was too. And that's a way to, I guess, not really keep Gunther in, even though he's a heel. He's still got a following. So it kind of that ending shows a little bit more respect for people have more respect for that ending as Gunther.
Well, he kind of had to because Cody basically caught him off guard, and that's how he won.
Yeah, you bettered me today is what it boiled down to. You didn't get a clear win, but you did better. You did it better me today
I don't
as
know if
opposed
I
to
would
just win.
consider that not a clean win because it was.
But it
It
wasn't an
went
overly.
respect.
It wasn't a. It could have went either way. at any given time in the match, it could have went either way.
Yeah.
It's not one didn't dominate the other.
I was just happy to see that it was done in the same way that Bret Hart had won against Roddy Piper and against Steve Austin.
Well, they kept bringing that kind of up during the match
Yes.
a little bit. So they're kind of giving away some stuff there. They keep comparing stuff because now you're like looking at something to look for in the future shows. It's like if they start talking about these old matches and these two people about comparing this match to that, it's like they're going to end it similar.
So now that leaves with Gunther with two pinfall losses this year. First against Sami Zayn and now against Cody. Um, I still say Cody is going to hold on to the title until SummerSlam next year. I think that is when he will lose it the first time, and then he will start chasing it again.
I
Uh,
can see that. I can see him keeping it for a little while longer.
yeah. Now the
By SummerSlam of next year, it'll probably start getting a little old. It's like, all right, we need change.
yeah, I think a good year and a half run is what Cody needs right now. Because eventually people are going to get tired of him.
Yep.
Nobody really wants that straight on babyface, even though people are saying today that this is what we need. Okay, maybe this is what we need for the moment. So Cody is what Triple H need, just like Vince needed Hogan to start their era. Now this is the start of the new one, but it's not going to last 4 years like it did with Hogan.
No, people are going to get tired of the same
Yeah.
thing, just like they did with Roman. Got tired of seeing Roman win it all the time. It's like when you have a long term champ, whether they're babyface or heel, it gets redundant, it gets predictable.
So
Yeah.
the way that it's going right now, how I'm seeing it is Cody Rhodes is the Hulk Hogan, as what Roman Reigns is the Steve Austin.
Hmm.
That's how I'm seeing it because Cody Rhodes is the cookie cutter baby face that Hulk Hogan and John Cena were. Roman Reigns is anything but cookie cutter. He is he has got that same kind of, I don't want to say the same attitude that Steve Austin has, but he is in that general neighborhood.
Well, Steve Austin was different. He was a heel. Well, he was a babyface, but he was a heel.
He
He was more babyface. He did what he wanted, how he wanted, and basically beating up your boss was the big thing
yeah,
with the whole thing on that. That's why it turned out. Everybody loved it.
and that's basically kind of how Roman Reigns is right now.
Yeah, but it's different.
It is different. Um, oh, we got somebody new here
Now.
on Facebook. I
I'm
Bone.
just calling Bo.
Yeah,
What's up, Bo?
yeah. Welcome.
Oh, yeah.
It's OTC on top, definitely. While I completely get the whole thing with Cody Rhodes being the champion right now, especially considering he went and proved his worth, which you know he did. But he, in my opinion, is nowhere near the level of Roman Reigns. There is something about the way that he presents himself when he comes down to that ring. He has everybody in his hands. And
And is that because he kept the title for so long? They kept it under him for so long that he just had that long run of like, would it been would people look at Roman the same way if he only had it for say a year and a half?
uh, I'm pretty sure that the length of the run of the reign has quite a bit to do with it. And I think also over time, he has really finally earned the fans' respect. And he has earned it in such a way to where Roman is almost at that level where he can do whatever he wants and the fans are going to cheer the hell out of him.
I'm still waiting to see how this whole Rock situation is going to fall into here.
Like I said, if whoever wins the Rumble is anybody other than Roman or The Rock, that person's going after Gunther.
Right. I've got to.
Time to go.
Yeah, I got to go because I got to go work on a vehicle.
Okay, yeah, and I need to get to my work too, because I'm already looking at getting done at about 9 o'clock here.
No goodness.
Yeah, but that's the way it goes.
I got to go change a battery in a vehicle. So, look
Uh,
at me.
so so catching up with when are you going to be able to do another show?
Let me look at the calendar. Yeah, you got Thanksgiving next week. Um, well, this week I'm just completely out. Um, long story there, but
Like the 24th?
um, 24th I am off. Should be able to do something Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
That'll be week before we have
That'll
Survivor
be
Series.
before Survivor Series, so we hopefully will know at least one more match.
Maybe I can catch up on what's going on between now and then,
Yeah,
and that'll give me a better idea what we're looking at going into Survivor Series.
that sounds good to me. All right, so it looks like it's been a successful test here on EV Mux. Uh, no problems, at least not that I could see.
Yeah, everything was smooth. I've got a little on my screen here on the bottom section down here. So that shows my Wi-Fi power and all. I kind of like that.
Now, earlier, before we even got started, I had a notification saying that my frames per second was low for my camera. Last time that happened, it actually shut my camera off, which is another thing I didn't like about this thing. But I was on Firefox. Now I'm on Chrome, where it seems to be better. So, okay, so that's the end of our show for this week. Um, I'm Bana from South Sudan. Okay,
Awesome.
I do believe that makes him our first African viewer.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. So glad to have you join us today. And yeah, I'm a big Roman Reigns fan too. I don't know so much about this guy here.
I'm not. I like him, but he's not my favorite.
So yeah, Bona, we will be doing a show next week. Um, let's see. What time is it for you, Bona?
What time? Yeah, what time? You're probably 6 hours
Actually,
behind or ahead.
might be able to find out. Let's see.
What's your current time, Bona?
Okay, so Africa has four different time zones.
He's in South Sudan.
Yeah, let's see, South Sudan. He is next to EP. Okay, it is about 1 a.m. Okay, there it
Oh,
is.
goodness. Okay.
So it's almost 1 a.m. for him. So about 10 p.m. for you, I believe, is when we're going to be doing our show. About 10 p.m., which is 3 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock for him, which is our actual normal schedule show. We started later today because of an appointment that I had. So about 10 p.m. on Sunday next week, we will be doing our next show. But yeah, that's awesome that you joined us all the way from our first. Uh, oh wait, no, our second African. I'm forgetting about Chantel. She's in South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah. So but that makes him our first African viewer for.
Multi-continental. Multi-continental.
Yeah. But glad to have you with us. Okay, folks. Next week we will be on. We will, I guess, talk about the upcoming Survivor Series. They should have more matches announced by then, or at least one more match, and which is kind of cool from there, right?
Yeah. We'll see y'all next week.
Wow, what was that?
That's the door.
So, some kind of a crash over there. Okay, it's go time. Okay, I know nothing about wrestling, but I thought I'd. Oh, Kate. I thought that was Bona for a second, saying there was nothing about. No, that's Kate. She's the
Yeah.
one that went to go see Nick. Okay, so for those of you out there in the audience, thank you so much for playing along and watching us tonight. It's good to be back doing the show again after a month and a half. Um, good night, Bona, and we will see you guys next week. Have a good day.